families. Often they experience barriers and challenges to coverage. There's no excuse. 9 out of 10 are U.S. citizens. They should have access to coverage. We also worked very hard during CHIP reauthorization to make sure that the legal immigrant children, that there was a state option to cover them. And we've seen states like Iowa take that up. So we'll be advocating to make sure that those important options are in place for kids. And we're working on dissemination of information to our affiliates. We have nearly 300 community-based affiliates. A lot of them include community health centers and WIC clinics across the street. So that's what I'll say about our partnership.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Do we have any other questions?
Hi, I'm Dina Kastner with the National Association of Social Workers. I just wanted to know what you guys think is the greatest barrier to enrollment at this point and what states and communities can do to overcome that barrier.
Anyone on the panel want to?
I think, I'll let the Reverend answer, but I think one issue is information. I mean, it's exactly Bonnie's story, which is how do you get information and then how do you connect them to the system? And so part of it is having an advocate, much like Bonnie did with Baltimore Healthcare Access, to not only inform, but also to create the connection to the system that does the enrollment. And so I think those two operate hand in hand, and that's a critical part of having the kinds of partners that are in the room today.
I think I agree with that, and I think also that in urban cities where there is a mindset of where people are trying to survive day to day, their awareness of the access to health care is not made possible because there's not a vehicle to get this information to them. I can look in the reference Camden because the main thing there is to make it day to day, and so if health care is a choice, a lot of times it's way down on the totem pole, as was testified earlier. And so the systems are not in place to allow people who are thinking about other things other than health care to have access to it. And so that's, to me, it's one of the great obstacles, also information and processing and putting these things in place for urban cities who are really suffering from just trying to gain a day's bread or gain housing and things of this nature. And so making available to them vehicles, maybe from the outside, possibly vehicles could come in and make sure that folks say, okay, now you have these other issues going on, but here's something here that's vital to your health, and whereby you can get health care in an easy fashion. So I think that's a great hurdle, especially in the urban cities. You have this mindset where people are thinking other things other than their health care. You know, they're thinking about day-to-day survival.